And what I was doing there was just checking on these individual waypoints that were automatically set up, and if I hit F2 with these, okay, there is a range-only radar up there around Omadea. And that's detected by the, detected by the RWR system on these Sukhois. Well, these guys are down as low as they can go, so yeah, hopefully these guys don't get picked up. And down low like that, that's still, how far away is that? I can tell if I come down here to the bottom left of the screen with units selected, if I just put my cursor up there on Omadea, that's 25 miles away. And down low like that, that should be low enough that at 300 feet that I'm still going to be clear of the radar. I can still pick it up, but it shouldn't be able to resolve me, whatever it is. Especially just being, it looks like just a ground-based, range-only type radar. And if I select it and come up to contact report, yeah, that's the only information that, and depending on the type of equipment that the aircraft has, for example, if I select the Sukhoi 22, I can come down here to EW, so SPO-15 Barossa L006 radar warning receiver, late 70s technology, air search and surface search. So it's not going to classify the type of emission any more accurately than that. So that's why I have the information that I have. But yeah, anyway, getting back to the waypoints. So we're just coming here and with the group selected, now I can see the individual waypoints. If I select the waypoint and hit F2, now I can see the different settings that are going to be in effect once they pass that waypoint. So this waypoint and all these waypoints are going to take it down to 200 feet, which is fine. That's down on the deck where I want them. I can see fuel quantity required, time to go, distance to go, all kinds of information. So that's going to keep them at low level once they do turn inbound towards their respective IPs. And what I want to do, in fact, is keep them going out here, up into this terrain, so that I can use this little ridge sort of right here as a little bit of cover from any radar that is down here on the island itself. So that's that group. I'll get this group right there, and then the last group. Right about there. There should do it. Okay, so I should be able just to go hands off at this point when it comes to these guys. Okay, my Sukhoi 22s are starting to turn inbound. What I'm going to do is have this guy, since he's a little bit behind, he was the last group to get airborne, I'm just going to have him come down here and sort of cut the corner a little bit just so that I can get these guys on and off the target in a reasonable amount of time. I'm going to select this MiG-23 group and have them sweep north. Actually, that's what I can do with all three of these groups, just have them sweep north, just in case. If anything did get airborne, yeah, it's not really going to do me any good at this point to have them drawn out here over the Gulf, because that's going to have them going in practically the same direction as these ground attack aircraft at this point. So yeah, I'm just going to have these guys head up in that direction. And as these guys come south, in other words, now I want to draw any aircraft that get airborne on the enemy side north. And I'll zoom in a couple of clicks now so that we can get a good look at Khark Island as we get our aircraft going in there. And if I zoom in to Google Earth real quick, we can see that there is, at least modern day at least, I'm not sure if this was there, it probably was in the 80s. There's an airport up there to the north, and then we have the primary targets, which were the jetties. We have one right here and one down here to the south, and then the refinery itself we can see, yeah, it's like right down here, just as depicted on the map down here. If I select it and then have it break out the targets, yeah, you can see the tanks up here, the two jetties, and then everything else just exactly as depicted on the map there. And our guys will be coming in, looking from the island back out there. You can see the hill right there in Google Earth on the horizon that they're coming up on now, using that as cover to keep them out of view from any radar system as long as possible. Granted, the Bandari-Bushir radars are still going to have a pretty clear line of sight. If I come over here to that area and, looking out there along that line of sight, there's not a whole lot to cover our forces, but I mean, by the time that the Bandar Bashir radars pick them up, it's going to be too late. They'll be out here over the water anyway, and onto their targets. Now this guy is actually starting to worry me. Skunk 51, if I look at the radar indications here, target, indicator, 2D, air and surface search, and then radar, fire control radar with a weapons director. So this guy has surface-to-air missiles. One way or another, if I come up to the contact report, again, I don't get any specific, I don't even get a guess on the classification of this one, but I've got to be careful, and just looking at their egress path, if they turn, west and southwest like they're doing, in accordance with the current plan, they're not going to overfly any of the known surface ships. So yeah, this is still looking just fine. And radars around Bandar Bashir, we have surface-to-air, short-range fire control radar, and then a long-range search radar. So chances are they have picked up our force, our strike force. They've definitely picked up long ago our aircraft on the sweep, fighter sweep. But by now they do know that our strike package is inbound. I've got some, this one's actually been there a while. I'm just now getting it resolved to the point where I can tell where it's at. So this is a range-only radar and then a target indicator, surface-to-air type of radar. So yeah, getting in close now. So, well, I wish I had those anti-radiation missiles, because this is going to be hairy as these guys start to come in and out. And my lead aircraft are still down at 200 feet. They have accelerated to 580 knots. So they should, once they hit their IP, right here at the island, they should pop up to 1,000 feet to make these drops. Now that's a new contact, that is mobile. I'm not going to worry about that because that doesn't really affect anything that's going on here. Okay, that's a new contact, that is, more mobile contact, so that's just same activity down around Bandar Bashir from what I can tell. Okay, these guys are on their IP and they are running in. That's an illuminator, that is a missile in the air against my first Sukhoi 22s. Okay, that was a miss, deceived by a chaff. Okay, another miss, that's some bombs away on this first jetty. Okay, that's a AAA site, radar illuminator, more missiles in the air. That's a good hit, and that jetty is down. Okay, more missile launches, and that is destroyed by AAA. No, that was a Hawk site. Okay, so that's a Hawk site right there. Surface-to-air missile with more AAA down here firing at them. Okay, so that's two Sukhoi 22s. And more missiles in the air. Boy, this is not looking good. Although the first target's down. I've got my second group running in on their target, which looks like it's the southern jetty. Overflying that Hawk side, I don't like that. Third group coming in from the north. Okay, so far so good. AAA coming in on these Sukhois. I think we're, okay, bombs are away on that jetty. Okay, good hits. Okay, that jetty did not go down. And we lost a Sukhoi 22. Now, let me see, in real time here, is it too late, I wonder, to retarget these guys on... Yeah, let me try this. Let me retarget since, okay, we'll just play it as if this group saw the hits on this jetty. I want these guys to go after the refinery, which is right there. Now, let me see if I can figure out how to do this. So let me see if this will work. I'll go drop all targets off of these fitters, and then I will go F1, and I'll manually target that refinery. Maybe it's too late, maybe it isn't. We'll see if this works. Okay, let me restart it. It might take them... Okay, yeah, it was too late to get that. Their bombs away on the jetty. That's fine. That's going to be 2 out of the 3 primary targets, assuming I get some good hits here. Okay, yeah, and that jetty is down, taking some AAA fire, but I have all the aircraft on and off the targets so far. Now, you see, yeah, those contacts that popped up as I was zoomed in there, yeah, those were all air defense out over Bandar Bashir. And that just leaves me the Hawk side right there. Now, are these guys... What are these guys doing? Do they have any bombs left? Yeah, they have 5 FAB 500, so they, yeah, it looks like they're going in for another run on the refinery. Perfect. Yeah, these guys are empty, and yeah, and this was just one Sukhoi remaining from this group, and they're empty as well. Now, 5 bombs won't be enough to completely destroy this refinery, but yeah, if I can just get some good hits on it, I'll consider this a success all day. Okay, weapons away on the refinery. AAA coming up at our guys. That is a number of impacts. So it looks like 5 good hits. All that aircraft's bombs hit. But yeah, that's just not going to be enough to get the complete. Okay, BDA medium damage. So we definitely took out completely the jetties, and then medium damage on the third target. That is more than a success. I'll take that. So let me go ahead and just have these guys start to disengage. Let me just have these guys, there's no reason for my fighters to do anything than RTB. So I'm just going to give them the RTB command, that's just keyboard command B, and then the rest of my strike package are just going to follow their route right on back. I'll let this play in real time for, well, at least here, I'll let it play in real time for another 5 minutes or so, just to make sure no aircraft show up out of nowhere. But yeah, it looks like this one is about done. Okay, that's it. All my forces are recovered. I'll go ahead and pause here. Now, let me go first to the losses and expenditures tab. So on my side, I lost a MiG-23, a Mirage F1, and 3 of my ground attack Sukhoi-22 fitters. Up against, what was I up against? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 aircraft on the Iranian side for a loss of 2 aircraft on my Iraqi side. I'll take that. That's pretty good. I expected to lose, yeah, 3 Sukhoi-22s. Just going in at a low level against a Hawk site in AAA, I fully expected to lose at least this many Sukhoi-22s, so yeah, I'll take that. I don't think I could have managed that a whole lot better than I did, so I'll definitely take that. Now, losses on their side, like we saw in real time, the 2 jetties, or the big docks on the southern side of the island, were completely taken out, and then the third target, the refinery itself, took several hits, and the final BDA that I had was medium damage on it, and those were the 3, really the only 3 targets that I wanted to take out. So even if they do happen to get that refinery up and running again, they have no way of getting oil on and off the island without those jetties at this point. So at least for the foreseeable future, that place is out of commission. I'll take that. That's exactly the way that I wanted that to go. And wow, they took 18 Hawk shots. I think that was every Hawk that they had, they fired at us, and that's the reason that second, or I think it was just the third group, didn't take any Hawk shots at all, is because they were out of Hawks. They'd expended them all on those first 2 groups, taking out, of course, the 3 Sukhoi-22s. So let's see what the game designer gives me here. Let's go to scoring. Major victory. Okay, 500 points. I'm down a few aircraft, but I mean, if I wanted that target to go down against that sort of defense, that's what I had to expect. So folks, I'm going to wrap this scenario up here, and I'll be back with another command scenario very soon. I hope you enjoyed it. This was a lot of fun to put together, so thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.